And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
I'm Susan.
Welcome to Cross Timbers Farm, our 8th Day Chronicles channel. We're here in the milk barn this evening to bring you along with our evening milk routine. We got one goat left to do. Miss Lana, she's going to be getting up on the stand, and we've got a new milk machine. So far we've had it how long?
Well, we've used it a week.
A week. We've used it for one full week, and so far I'm really happy with it. How about you?
Yeah, I like it.
It seems to be a well-built machine. So far, we're very happy with it. It is a simple pulse. We got the 6 CFM model for milking 2 goats or
1 cow.
1 cow. Yeah, but we only milk one at a time.
It's too chaotic in this small area of it.
Susan is an old hand for a long time at hand milking. I shouldn't say old hand, I guess. But I meant that respectfully. She's done it a lot. She's hand milked for a long time. She's really good at hand milking.
I don't know if he means I'm vintage or experienced.
She's really, I mean, you're experienced at hand milking, very experienced at it, and I'm not. I struggle to hand milk. I mean, I really struggle.
He struggles to strip.
Yeah, it's all in your technique, and Susan's kind of always done the milking, so I just was around to gather up equipment and tools for her, whatever she needed.
That's all he wanted was to drink milk.
Yeah. So she always done the milking, and I can get it stripped to do the milking out here by myself if I need to, but Susan usually does the stripping, and like I said, she done the hand milking for years, and now we have a machine and I can do it. So, but anyway, we have this machine. It is a totally enclosed milking system that the milk comes out of the udder into some claws and goes down through a silicone milk line into a jar. Simple Pulse is all in one lid that has a filter in it that pre-filters the milk for you. Then it goes into gallon jars. So it's a totally enclosed system, as you can see here behind us. It has pressure gauges, overflow, everything you need to successfully milk. So if you have milking animals at your farm and you milk a hobby farm or just a small micro dairy like we are, and you're interested in a quality milk machine, I'm not going to lie to you, that machine was not cheap. Especially the basic unit's not that bad, but once you start adding the quality milk grade lines and everything.
Go from a 4 to a 6.
Yeah, go from 4 CFM to 6, you're right, and you upgrade stuff to get.
And extra jars, trust me, you want extra jars.
Yes. One thing we ordered, 3 jars, and very glad we did.
I used one just for cleaning, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, and cleanliness is next to godliness, so we have a system that we clean this milk machine with every day, twice a day. After every milking, it gets cleaned regardless. Even if we're going to be milking that evening again of the morning when we're done, it gets cleaned.
Well, honestly, cleaning this is simpler than cleaning when you milk by hand and cleaning your buckets. And this is actually a simpler cleaning process as well as milking process.
You know, when it comes to milk and really anything, cleanliness is next to godliness, and that milk's got to be as clean as it can be going into those jars. So we'll get started. We're going to get Lana. She's patiently waiting outside the barn for her turn.
She's not patiently waiting. She's been trying to bust the door.
All right.
Okay, so I've cleaned the teats, and we had to backtrack a little bit. You know, when you're filming live, sometimes you forget to turn equipment on. So now I'm going to strip her. So what I do is I like to do 2 or 3 squirts, and what you're doing is you're emptying any old milk out of her teat, and then you're just going to check it, make sure there's no blood or pus, anything like that in there. I give her a good little massage, and then we'll hook up the machine. Okay, so for wiping her teat, I just use a non-alcohol, non-scented aloe wipe. It's really a baby wipe or for breastfeeding moms. You just want to make sure you're not using an alcohol-based wipe to dry out her skin. Okay, so we'll turn the machine on. Just going to check, and this is the massaging action that mimics a kid, and you just want to check your pressure gauge and make sure you're between 11 and 12. That's what's recommended for goat. And then all you're going to do is just come under here on your clean teat. I startled her. And there we go. And I do like to keep something under even though I mop this every night. And you can see the milk just going in.
Look at all that goodness flowing in through that milk line.
And you can see Lana's not stressed at all. I'm just going to massage her udder a little bit, just to help her relax and let down. And that means that she's finished eating. Lana has one bad habit, and that is that she throws her bowl at the end of supper. Don't you? You can see Lana's still relaxed even though she's thrown her food bowl across the floor. All I do is watch for the milk to stop flowing. You can bump her a few times just like a kid would do. To help release a second letdown. And this is real time, 3 to 5 minutes max.
Milk her out in 3, 4 minutes. 5
Yep.
max. You know how long that would take me? Hand milk.
Okay.
And our pressure gauge is about 11 and a half, which is perfect. The milk's still flowing through the lines into the jar.
As long as one teat is still producing, I don't take the second one off because if you break that vacuum seal, the other side won't suction. So I leave them both on until I can feel she's dropped it all. No, there's no more. I've got to fill the feed bucket up. She's a piggy. But you can see Lana is very relaxed. This is not hurting her at all. And that's pretty much it. She's pretty empty. So then what I'll do, I'll just have Darren turn my pressure off. Yeah, there's still milk in the line. I need you to turn, there you go. Okay, and then you just put your finger in here, break the suction. She doesn't like that too much. And then just lift your lines. So that all your milk flows into the jar. Darren has me backwards here. We've only been doing this a week, but I'm a creature of habit. There we go. All right. Okay, and then I turn the machine off. I hang the claws up there and put some hangers there. And then I'm just gonna wipe her udder down and put a little spray on it so her teats close up. She stepped on my lid. Okay. And at this point I can check her teats if she has any sore spots or it's getting raw. I can go ahead and apply lanolin, but she looks great. Those soft, I don't know what the inside tubing is called, but it's very soft and it just gently massages their teat for them to let down their milk.
You're talking about the liner inside the claw.
Yeah, the liner inside the claw. And that's pretty much it. When we get Lana taken back to the pasture, I will show you how we clean the machine after each milking. And you can see that it's a very quick, simple process as well. But we also have on the board, we try to keep up with how much they're producing. We're not doing weight right now. We're just doing liquid volume at the moment until we get Mudslide's kids off of her and they get in a little better production. Lana's kids have been gone about a week, so we don't want to push them too hard at first. And her coat looks kind of rough. We've not clipped them down for summer. She's still got her winter coat going. We didn't clip yet because we've still had winter until really like last week. We've had a really crazy spring. It's been 80 degrees, 20 degrees, 40 degrees, back up to 80 and back down to freezing. So we just left their coats on them. But I'll get Lana taken back down to her pasture with her friends, and then we'll come back and clean the machine. Okay, so this is our cleaning setup. We have a black bucket for our detergent. Every day, twice a day, whenever we milk, we flush the lines with a little bit of soapy water, and then we rinse it with bleach water. Once a week, we wash everything in soapy water. All the jars get washed daily as they're used, but once a week we take everything apart, all the components, wash in soapy water and bleach, and clean the base of the machine the same way. And then once a month we clean with either peroxide or apple cider vinegar. So daily you want to use the soap to cut the milk stones, keep milk stones out, and just to flush the lines, and then the bleach kind of sterilizes it behind it. Bleach is a disinfectant and it helps it to dry. Once a week, you want to do all your components that way to keep down anything. And then once a month, you want to use peroxide or apple cider vinegar, which will keep any type of fungus from growing. I keep alcohol.
And can I, if I can intervene with one thing we do once a week is we disassemble the claws.
I said that.
Okay. We disassemble the claws and piece by piece, every single little piece of them, and drop them down into these cleaning solutions to soak. Then they soak for 30, 45 minutes, hour, 2 hours, whatever. We ain't no hurry about it. We just drop them in, let them soak. Then we take brushes and scrub each individual part and lay them out to dry and then put them back together. So. And
then we do that monthly with the apple cider vinegar. Daily I have just isopropyl alcohol, 70% in a spray bottle that I spray down the feed pans, anywhere that their head touches, and then I mop this with alcohol water, soapy water, and then rinse it off with the leftover bleach water. So everything gets sterilized, disinfected, sterilized, and antifungal daily, weekly, and monthly. So you want to start with the soapy water, and it's the same process as milking. Just going to make sure you've got pressure. Darren's got me a little backwards here. I'm not used to working from that side. Then you'll just put it in, put the handle over it to hold it in place. And I like to give it a couple of pulses through each of the forks of the Y. But then I like for it to just slowly go through, that way that I'm sure that soap has actually hit every portion of the line. I like to do that pulse at the first just to get it started good and to get a little foam going in. And then we'll just let this 2.5 gallon bucket, we've got about 2 gallons of water in there. We'll just let that slowly run through. While that's doing, I will go ahead and clean like the strip bucket, the feed pan, things like that while I'm waiting. Nobody likes to eat out of a dirty dish. Your animals are no different. If they ingest something dirty, they're more likely to get sick, so just keep everything clean. I need to also mention that while this is going on, the milk we place in a cooler with ice packs so that it starts cooling down. You want to keep your goat milk as cold as, you want to chill it to between 34 and 40 degrees as quickly as you possibly can. The colder goat milk is, the better the flavor, until you're ready to make cheese, and then that warm milk really gives good flavor to cheese. But you definitely want to keep your milk as cold as possible. So you can see the soap levels getting close to the top. This machine actually has an overfill function, so that if I let this go all the way to the top and I walk away and forget about it, it won't spill over. It will come into this overfill jar. If for some reason the overfill jar also fills up, the machine will cut off. So it has some safety features built in that I like. I'm actually going to let it overfill a little bit tonight just so you can see it. And as Darren mentioned earlier, it does have the capability of doing 2 jars at a time. So we can connect the second jar here. If you're milking goats that's going to give you more than a gallon, you don't have to stop and change out your hoses, but you can see the overfill. There we go.
See the overfill starting to flood.
So that's a really nice feature of this machine. You know, sometimes things happen and you walk away and you forget, or the goat produces more than you anticipated, or you know, you don't know what happens, but you don't come back to a mess and liquid spilled everywhere and hurt your motor. But yeah, so that's a nice feature of this that we like. Then when you're done, you just turn the pressure off. Go ahead and raise your lines. We've gotten a little tangled up here. There we go. My fault, I'm a little backwards. Then I'm just gonna hang the claws up and empty that jar. Just disconnect. And this machine also has these holders built into each side to put your hoses onto, which is really nice. They're not just hanging out, getting dirty. So I'm gonna empty this one. Actually, I'll show you the jar lid up close.
And those are really nice jar lids.
So this jar lid, there's not a filter in here, but there's actually a filter that goes in for milking that filters your milk as it goes into it.
We don't put a filter into the clean.
Yeah, you don't want to filter the clean in for sure. So that just snaps on and turns. And then there's
These
caps.
lids all have gaskets on them for sealing it.
They have a cap, and then you can actually just use the pour spout. You can take this jar straight into the house, put it in the fridge.
You drink
and
right from it
you're
if
good
you
to
wanted
go.
to. Pour
Yeah.
in glasses, yeah.
Now for selling, I'm just a little particular, and I go ahead and filter it again. When I hand milked, I actually filtered 12 times. Now it filters into the jar, and then I filter it 2 more times. So I'm going to empty this as I put it into quart jars. The smaller your jar, the quicker it chills, so the better the flavor. You want it to chill quick.
Yes, we sell our herd share milk in quart jars.
In quart jars. Okay, so I'm going to go empty this, and we'll come back and rinse with the bleach water.
They're just chilling in the stall. The reason they're in the stall away from mom, their mom is Mudslide and our best producing doe, and we separate them at night away from Mudslide, so her udder gets full, so we can milk her in the morning, and then after milking we put the kids back in with her during the day, and she does not get milked to the evening. So but that's for now. That's going to change soon, because both these kids are actually probably big enough to be away from her permanently. So of course they'll be still in the herd, but especially the one on the left, Ava, she'll always be here. She's a little gem.
Okay, so the machine is reconnected, and we're just going to put these into the bleach water and do the process over.
Okay, one thing that we learned from another Simple Pulse user, a tip that they shared, was to, when you're completely done with your cleaning, all your solutions has been run through and you're finished, to blow air, warm air through your hoses and out to help speed the drying process, is to take your milk line and hook it to the filtered exhaust. Now this exhaust is just air. It's not like exhaust from a Chevrolet pickup or something. It's only air that's being pulled through the vacuum system. The air going into the vacuum is filtered. The air coming out is filtered. And it's warm when it comes out, so we take the milk line when we're completely done cleaning and we hook it to the barb fitting on the filter, on the exhaust, and we turn it on and let it run for about 5 minutes. And you can literally see that warm air pushing those solution bubbles of liquid water out, and it works phenomenal. It's a good trick. I can put my hand under the claws, and you can feel the air. The warm air comes circulating through that milk line. Here you can see it pulsing right through. Okay, that's how the milking system works, and we're quite happy with it. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, it makes morning and evening when you're out here at the barn, especially the mornings, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. milking, it makes a quick job of it. It does really good. We're happy with the Simple Pulse so far. It's proven to be a good investment. If you're looking for a milking machine, at this point so far, I'd recommend them. One word about their customer service. When our machine came directly out of the box, this first valve that you open and close to turn the vacuum on was where the fitting screws into the machine was broke. And it had, I would 99.9% say that it was broken during shipping. The box had been kind of mishandled, maybe rough handled a little bit. This handle was broken. I snapped a picture of it real quick, went to the very day it came and attached it to an email, sent it to Simple Pulse, and then gave them a call and said, hey, you got an email coming in. Our machine we ordered came today and we have a broke handle. And they were Johnny on the spot, weren't they? I mean, literally like within 5 minutes, they made several apologies, and it wasn't their fault, really. Good family, small family business. Within 5 minutes, we had an invoice in our email saying that a new valve was being shipped and would ship out the next day. And we got that valve quick, didn't we? Just in a few days, it was here, a brand new valve to replace the broken one.
And you said invoice, but it was no charge.
Yeah, they sent an invoice. Exactly. The invoice said cost 0. So they replaced it all.
That would be rock slide, won't it?
Yeah. But so far, our business dealings with the folks at Simple Pulse has been ordering it was positive. And the one issue we had when it came right out of the box, the interaction we had with them then was very positive. So far so good.
Quick, simple, easy resolution.
It's hard to go wrong when you're dealing with a very small family-owned company. Mm-hmm. They usually want to take care of their customers. And so far the folks at Simple Pulse has been just that. They've taken care of us very well. I don't anticipate any more problems. I've went over this machine pretty closely, and I don't anticipate any more problems with it, really. I didn't anticipate the one. It's just one of those things right out of the box from shipping that had broken. So they took care of it. So thanks for being with us here in the milking room in the barn this afternoon for our evening milking and letting us introduce you to our Simple Pulse milk machine. We're quite happy with it. Our goats are producing pretty good, so we're quite happy for a micro dairy. It's almost hay season. We're going to be out in the field putting up hay here very soon. I don't know. I watched the 2-week forecast today, and it had next week rain almost every day. So you know how haying goes. You have to.
Raining and sunshine, it'll be time to cut.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the old saying, make hay while the sun shines. We ain't gonna have no sunshine. It don't look like for a week or two. So we'll make hay when we can. Thanks for being with us here on the Farming Seed, and God bless. Hope y'all have a wonderful evening.